What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City watch-along for the Champions League for Manchester City's home game against Greek side Olympiacos. Now, before we crack on with this video, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content and you want us to help to support my channel, then subscribe, press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. We are on that big push towards 14,000 subscribers at the time of recording this video. We are indeed less than 200 subscribers away, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. Don't forget also to leave a thumbs up on this live stream if you are enjoying this live stream. We are aiming once again for at least 100 likes on this live stream, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. Don't forget also social media links. You can find them in the description below, or if you want to go and search for me and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram, you can just find them literally well, on the right hand, just below, round down here somewhere, with my Twitter, Instagram, and email is also there if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business enquiries. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Let's grow this channel because, well, why not? Right, so let's speak about this game. Manchester City against Olympiacos. Champions League, of course. Manchester City have already won both their games, so they're already on 6 points from 2 games. It's a chance to continue our perfect record in the Champions League and to move on to 9 points, which you would think then would put us in a very strong position, not only to qualify for the last 16 but to also move on to potentially finishing first place, which is of course what Manchester City and Pep Guardiola will be looking for. Now, before we have a look at the teams and everything, just go have a look in the chat who we've got in at this moment in time. So we've got Mofo Noah in, can't wait, Anaj, going for 5-0 Manchester City. Kyle Walker, man of the match once more. We've got Dennis tuning in. We've got Panos tuning in. I'm going to presume that is Greek, so we've got some Greek people tuning in once more, which is always good to see. We've got Alexandros tuning in from Greece, looking for Man City to destroy them. So I'm wondering where he's tuning in from, considering we are playing Olympiacos from Greece. Antipola will speak about Gabriel Jesus in just one moment. Dad tuning in once more. Hello. How are you? Hope you've had a good day. Adam saying, can we get JSGC to 20k for Christmas? I would say that's very unlikely. I would be more than happy though for well, north of 14,000 subscribers is what I'm looking for. So that's what I will be looking for. Neil, it is a strong lineup. We'll be speaking about that in just one moment. Yes, early gang tuning in, and GG Dan also tuning in. Adam saying, do I like Algerian Riyad Mahrez? Loves my video, so thank you very much to that. I've got nothing personally against Riyad Mahrez. I'm hoping that he can get back to the heights that he was hitting for Manchester City last season, because at the moment he's not been near them heights. We know how good Mahrez can be. I'm hoping that he can get back to the heights that he was hitting last season, because he had an excellent season in my opinion. One of the top 5, maybe the top 3 actually, best players for Manchester City last season, so I'm hoping that he can hit that sometime soon. Tuning in, very concerned from Australia. What time is it in Australia? It's currently 7:50 PM here, so I'm wondering where you're tuning in from Australia. That must be very early, so thank you very much for tuning in, Mr. Conjo. Thank you very much. I do appreciate it. So let's have a look at this game. Etihad Stadium for Manchester City. It is the 3rd game for us in the Champions League. We're going to start off by looking at our oppositions first. So they've gone with Sarr in net. Rafinha starts, Semedo starts, Cisse starts, Jose Holbas starts, and Villa starts, Tzolakis, who captains the side, Kamara, Randelovic, El-Arabi, and Valbuena is Olympiacos' team. Absolute no expert on Olympiacos and what to expect here. I'm just hoping that Manchester City can get the job done, but we'll see. That's what I love about Champions League games, in particular group stage matches. You just never know what to expect from your oppositions. We're going up against teams that we don't normally go up against, so I'm looking forward to seeing what Olympiacos do offer on the pitch and what they are capable of. So I'm looking forward to that. On the bench for them, they've got Vinagre, Bruma, Draga, Sudani, Hassan, Rodriguez, Andristos, hope I said his name right, Vruse, Masouras, Papadopoulos, Karagris, and Tzolakis. I hope I've said all them names right. Probably I'm butchering some. But yeah, I do apologise for that. No expert on the the Greek language. Now for Manchester City, they have gone with a strong team here. Ederson in goal, Kyle Walker starting once more for Manchester City. All change with the centre-back partnership though. John Stones and Nathan Ake start for this game. So I'm looking forward to seeing how their partnership manages to develop. I'm fairly sure we went with that against Wolves in the first game of the season, and both of them look pretty solid, so we'll see how they work in this game. We've gone once again with Zinchenko going at left-back for this game, so we'll see how Zinchenko gets along. I'm presuming it's going to be Ilkay Gundogan playing defensive midfield here for Manchester City. Kevin De Bruyne sitting in a deeper role beside him, captaining the side tonight, and Phil Foden getting a start once more. And then for City, on the right-hand side, I'm going to presume that is Riyad Mahrez. On the left-hand side, Raheem Sterling once more. And up front, Ferran Torres, the front three for Manchester City at this moment in time, whilst we've got Sergio Aguero and Gabriel Jesus injured. But Jesus does make the bench for Manchester City, so I'd thought he may get some minutes here, considering City are allowed 5 substitutes. So on the bench, we have got Jesus, we've got Ruben Dias, Zach Steffen makes a return as well. So he must have had a very little niggling injury for him to have been ruled out in the last game from being on the bench, so he starts back on the bench for this game. So nice to see Steffen returning. We've got Aymeric Laporte, Rodri, Bernardo Silva, Joao Cancelo and Eric Garcia as all the senior first team players in and around the Manchester City first team squad. We've also got a couple of youngsters on the bench too, including Felix Nemicha, Adrian Bernard and James Trafford once more as well. Manchester City, I have noticed, have gone with 11 substitutes rather than the 12 that Manchester City are allowed, which I'm not sure why that was, why we couldn't have gone with an extra youngster. I'm not sure if that's because they've been playing in the youth matches recently and stuff, but yeah, it remains to be seen. My personal honest opinion, I think City's got more than enough quality here to see off Olympiacos and get this job done. We're at home, we're at the Etihad Stadium. I'll be honest, no disrespect to Olympiacos, but I'm expecting Manchester City to come out, perform, and get the job done. Get to 9 points from the 3 games, maximum points, puts us in a fantastic position going into them last 3 group games. And considering things are starting to warm up in the Premier League, if we can get a nice good result at the weekend and beat Liverpool, then Manchester City being able to rotate for the other 3 games and get enough points to be able to not only seal qualification but first place could prove crucial in the long run for the Premier League. So the sooner we get them points, in my opinion, the better. Right. So let's see what everyone is saying. Yeah, no Liam Delap, he's not even on the bench. The game kicks off at 8 PM GMT here, so 6 minutes time is when the game will kick off. Mohammed tuning in, hello, thank you for tuning in. Adam, thank you very much. Yes, let's get them likes up. We're up to 31 already, so yeah, that's much appreciated. Over 40 people tuning in. We're not even at kickoff yet, which is grand, always grand. So thank you very much for that one. So wow, tuning in very concerned at 3:50 AM in Australia. That is complete dedication, so thank you for tuning in the early hours in Oz. Loving that right now. Only One City saying Spanish press loving Merlin in La Liga right now. Sociedad breaking all kinds of club records and top of the league. Come on, you Blues, let's keep the momentum going and another win tonight. So it's nice to see David Silva's hit the ground running there for Real Sociedad and helping them along the way. Neil going for 3-0 Manchester City. Ferran Torres to score the first goal. I'm going to go for 2-0 to Manchester City for this game, and the first goal to come through Riyad Mahrez is my prediction. Thank you very much, Man City Fan TV. I appreciate that one. Thank you for tuning in once more as well. Right, so we wait for kickoff now in this game at the Etihad Stadium. It is dark, it is night time in the UK for this game. I'm looking forward to this game nonetheless though. I love a Champions League game. I'm hoping Manchester City can just get the job done here today. And yeah, we can then come out, get the 3 points. Injury-free would be fantastic as well as we head into the game against Liverpool at the weekend before we head into another boring international break. But yeah, lots of big games. Huge game coming up at the weekend on Sunday, but first we need to be thinking about this game tonight and getting the job done. And like I said, the quality that we've got starting, Kyle Walker, Ederson, Kevin De Bruyne, Phil Foden, the front three, Mahrez, Sterling, Ferran Torres. I'll be looking towards these players to really make a difference in this game and help City along the way and get a good positive result. With the amount of changes that we've made and how City have been in front of goal, like I said, I've gone for 2-0 now. Normally this would be a game where if City are firing on all cylinders, I'd probably look towards 4 or 5 maybe, but as it is at this moment in time, I'd be more than happy with a 2-0 win. I'll be honest, I'll be happy with any win as long as it is a win. We could be in for a goal fest. Like I said, I've not seen Olympiacos play. I'm no expert on them and what to expect from this game, but we'll see. We will see. Time will tell on that one. Work in the morning, so we're just on some juice. Nothing exciting today. Unfortunately, we'll save that one for the weekend. Matthew Walcott wanting come on City. I'm thinking that one as well. Orthodox Ulster going for 3-1 there to, I presume, Manchester City. So do let me know in the chat what your score predictions are for this game. I'm hoping that there's going to be no injuries as well. I'd say that is a success for us if there is no injuries. Happy to see Nathan Ake starting once more as well, actually, if I'm honest. I am happy about that. And interesting to see how he performs and how he plays. Hoping that we can put in a really good shift for Man City once more here, as he steps up his steps up his comeback from a little injury that he has had. So John going for 3-0 to Manchester City, Benjamin going for 4-1 to Manchester City, I presume, for both of them. As Manchester City are the first team to make their way out of the tunnel for this game. They're both lined up next to each other, which surprises me. O'Shane Brown going for 2-0 there to, I presume, Manchester City as well. That's my prediction, 2-0 City. As Jesus, I find it interesting. I'm wondering if he's going to get any minutes. Is he going to start against Liverpool? I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure on that one. Dad going for 2-0 there to Manchester City. Auntie Paula going for 3-0. Sterling, De Bruyne and Ferran Torres with the goals. So lots of optimism there amongst everybody, which is good to see. So just have a look at the other Champions League games while we have the anthems coming on very soon. So feel free to boo the anthems if you wish. In the meantime, full-time results. So in Russia, Lokomotiv Moscow 1, Atletico Madrid 1. There we go, that's an interesting one. Atletico Madrid did take the lead in that one as well, through Jose Jimenez, the former, not former, but the player Man City were linked with in the summer. And then Miran Shuk with the penalty for Lokomotiv Moscow for the equaliser. And quite a shock here, Shakhtar Donetsk 0, Mönchengladbach 6. Full-time results. A hat-trick from Pli. Bondar's got an own goal. Ben Sabani scored and Stilled has scored as well, as we're through the Champions League anthem. So boo, as my contribution towards the booing. A couple of people tuning in wanting to see Olympiacos doing well. Olympiacos, I don't know much about them, like I said. Would be a great away day, mind, in Greece. Olympiacos fans, it would have been great there. I'm not too sure if Olympiacos have got fans in at this moment in time. Not like I said, I've not really tuned into anything that's happened with them, if I'm honest. So I'm not no expert. Right, we're just here waiting for kick-off now. Kevin De Bruyne, a captain in Manchester City once more, which is nice to see, in my opinion. Really nice to see. Once again, behind closed doors, no fans. I'm not a real fan of having no fans, if I'm honest. Not a fan at all. So it looks like it's El-Arabi that's leading the line here for Olympiacos, is what's been made. Rafinha's going to be playing at right back. And Holobas going to be playing at left back as expected there. Interesting. Like I said, that's what I love about Champions League games. You just don't know what to expect. As we're ready now for kickoff for the first half for this game between Manchester City and Olympiacos. Hoping for a good game, hoping for Manchester City to pick up the 3 points. I think that's ideal preparation, in my opinion, for the game against Liverpool. No better way to prepare for a game than to win, as far as I'm concerned. So it's Ferran Torres that's going to get us underway for this game. To start with, it's going to be Manchester City going from left to right, Olympiacos going from right to left as the players take the knee once more. Referee not taking a knee, which I find that interesting. Referees in the Premier League normally taking the knee. Referee for this Champions League game is not. So there we go. Right, so we have a kickoff for Manchester City here for this first half game between City and Olympiacos of Greece. Do I think we'll win? I'm going for 2-0 here to Manchester City is what I'm going for. Man City's Champions League football shirt's just the same shirt as always that we've got. So we've got over 60 people now tuning in, nearly 40 likes. So any help towards 100 likes, which is what we're aiming for on the live stream, would be much appreciated here, as it is Manchester City in control of the possession early on, building up from the back as we've come to expect from Manchester City. City working the ball from left to right through Kevin De Bruyne here. So it's John Stones in possession for Manchester City. He looks to switch the play, moving it back to the left-hand side to Raheem Sterling. He finds Raheem Sterling. He plays a good ball into the channel. Sterling picks the ball up once more. He is dispossessed by Olympiacos now. Let's see what they're capable of. Can they bring the ball forward? It's intercepted well by Manchester City. They bring the ball away. Ilkay Gundogan now. So it is Ilkay Gundogan and Kevin De Bruyne sitting alongside each other, which is what we spoke about before the game. Kevin De Bruyne now picks up, Zinchenko picks up the ball as an early cross goes in from Manchester City and over the bar from Phil Foden, the young Manchester City attacking midfielder, getting forward, trying to make something happen. Hoping Phil can have a good game once again here for City. If he does, Pep's got a bit of a selection headache. Does he go with Foden? Does he go with Bernardo Silva for that game against Liverpool at the weekend? They will be the questions that will be asked. So Phil Foden probably needing a good performance here to put Bernardo Silva under pressure. So City win the ball high up. It is given away though from Kevin De Bruyne pass. So Olympiacos come away with the ball. We're over 40 likes now, so thank you very much for that. I'm no expert on their players, so I'm not too sure I'm going to be able to commentate on who their players are that's bringing it away. But Olympiacos building from the back, as we've come to expect from most modern football teams these days. Days of kick and chase seem to be gone. Working it out from the back and playing your way through teams seems to be the way forward that a lot of teams are going, as Manchester City pick up a throw-in inside their own half here after the ball went out to play from a loose pass from Olympiacos. So it's Nathan Ake now playing at the left side of centre-back for Manchester City. Zinchenko, Ilkay Gundogan. Back to Ake. John Stones now picks up the ball. Drives Manchester City forward into the Olympiacos half. Riyad Mahrez out wide. Kyle Walker now. Ake to Zinchenko. John Stones. De Bruyne moves into space, but John Stones doesn't pass to him. Instead goes to Gundogan, who is in space. Nathan Ake now. To Zinchenko. Working it down the left-hand side, it's Raheem Sterling now. Has a run at the Olympiacos defence. Can he get a ball across? Plays it across to Phil Foden, who squares it across and goes out for the first corner of the game to Manchester City after a good bit of defending, intercepting the pass there from Cisse, and puts the ball into the stands for a corner kick to Manchester City. So not too bad of a start here from Man City. Getting into the channels, getting into attacking positions and looking to try and make things happen. We are through 4 minutes here though. Still no shots. First corner here of the game. It is Kevin De Bruyne to take. So a good chance here just to put a ball into the box. It doesn't look like he's going to work the ball, so it's just going to be a cross into the box. Floats it to the outside. Tries to look for the volley of Riyad Mahrez, but it's intercepted well by Olympiacos. Bit of a waste of a corner, that one, I felt, as the ball is overhit by Olympiacos, looking for a free kick. Referee doesn't give them a free kick, and instead Manchester City pick up a throw-in, which they take quickly. So it's Ilkay Gundogan now in the middle, bringing the ball forward for City. They work it down the left-hand side once more. Zinchenko. Gundogan dinks a ball in. It's cleared by Olympiacos' head and out for a throw-in here to Manchester City. It's going to be Zinchenko to take the throw-in for City. Raheem Sterling picks the ball up. Gundogan now, working the ball backwards for Manchester City. Patient build-up from City, this. John Stones. Kyle Walker goes all the way back to the goalkeeper Ederson. So we're through 5.5 minutes here for Manchester City. Been relatively comfortable in terms of possession and working the ball. Whether that's going to set the precedence for this game remains to be seen, as Kyle Walker now has a gallivant down the right wing for City into the penalty area, squares it across, not a bad ball. The first shot for Manchester City is blocked and out for a corner by Riyad Mahrez. A lovely move that from Kyle Walker, my man of the match for the game against Sheffield United at the weekend. Scored that rocket of a goal, the only goal of the game. Gets a great ball across, does find Ferran Torres, who cannot control the ball or get any shot away, just lays it off for Riyad Mahrez, and it is blocked well for a shot that looked destined not only to be on target, but you would think probably a goal there for Manchester City as well, considering how close it was to goal. Corner for Manchester City though, it comes in from Riyad Mahrez. It isn't the greatest of balls, but it nearly resulted in a goal. Ferran Torres at the near post just flicks the ball on target for Manchester City, and the ball is blocked out for a corner there. Goalkeeper did have that one covered. Looked like it was on target. Not a bad idea that from Riyad Mahrez. Like I said, weren't the greatest of balls in, but it wasn't read by Olympiacos, so City nearly managed to scramble themselves an early lead as Mahrez puts a ball in. It's again that near post. Not a bad ball in. Ferran Torres does meet the ball with his head, but it does go wide. Ferran Torres is there. He's going to be disappointed with that one, actually. A clear header there, a good chance for a header on target, in my opinion. It is what it is, but a lively start, not only for Riyad Mahrez and for Ferran Torres, but for Manchester City as well, making something happen inside the first 7 minutes here. As City, once again, doing what they normally do in the Champions League, which is lots of possession, look to dominate teams early on, and look to put teams under as much pressure as possible, as quickly as possible, and they do that through pressing, which City have done really well as they win the ball back high up. So it's Kyle Walker on the right hand side again, decides to have a gallivant down the right wing, squares it central this time. Kevin De Bruyne switches the play out to the left hand side to Raheem Sterling. He keeps the ball in play for City and are most importantly in possession of the football. Sterling puts a ball into the box. It isn't a good ball into the box. It is defended by Olympiacos, as a little bit of a scramble there from Olympiacos between the defender and goalkeeper as they get in each other's way. Nearly had an opening there for Manchester City before City didn't make the most of it there, and Raheem Sterling couldn't get full control of the ball, and the goalkeeper managed to just jump on top of the ball and keep the ball from the grasp of the Manchester City forward. City pressing once more though, as Olympiacos look to build from the back, as City steal the ball off them now through Oleksandr Zinchenko, Ilkay Gundogan to John Stones, Kyle Walker back to John Stones. A big season this for John Stones to try and prove himself. Ilkay Gundogan now. Zinchenko brings the ball forward for Manchester City. It's picked up on the left-hand side and played across by Raheem Sterling. Gundogan switches play. Great switch. Great find for Raheem Sterling. Looked onside that as well, as the offside flag stays down. City do win the ball back after Olympiacos bring the ball clear. So we're currently over 100 people now tuning into the live stream, which is absolutely brilliant. So thank you and welcome to everyone for tuning in. We're currently on 55 likes. We are aiming for 100 likes for this live stream, so any help towards that will be much appreciated. If you are watching this and you are enjoying the live stream, then please help support my live stream by leaving a thumbs up. Subscribe as well if you are new around here. That would be much appreciated. We're on that climb towards 14,000 subscribers. We're less than 200 subs away, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. I'm hoping to hit that very soon. That would be absolutely grand as we exceed 60 likes now. As we get a replay of that ball in to Raheem Sterling from Gundogan from deep. Raheem Sterling was on time. I'm wondering if Raheem Sterling could be a little bit more adventurous and maybe take on a first-time volley, but there we go. Maybe I'm calling for too much as we're through 10 minutes here in the Champions League. It's Manchester City 0, Olympiacos 0 here at the Etihad Stadium as Ajax hoof the ball forward. Ederson picks the ball up, rolls it out quickly. Kevin De Bruyne cannot control that rollout, and so Olympiacos win the ball high up. They play a ball forward and it isn't a good ball forward at all. Zinchenko, though, manages to deal with the ball well before the ball goes out for a throw in there to Manchester City. Ederson now, great with his feet. Great little bit of skills. Skills to pay the bills. Great ball out to Kyle Walker on the right-hand side here. He gives the ball away, though. A heavy touch from Olympiacos means Manchester City can eventually regroup and gather the ball back. Bit of poor play out from the back there from Manchester City, but no harm done as Zinchenko brings Man City forward now on the left-hand side. It's picked up by Raheem Sterling. He wants a run at this Olympiacos defence. He is tackled, though, and Olympiacos can come away with the ball just outside of their own penalty areas. They continue to work the ball out from the back. They're pressed high up. Chance here. Twist, turns, De Bruyne squares it across. Anyone there to tap it in? No, it's cleared by Olympiacos. It was a chance. The mistaken press high up from Olympiacos exploited by Manchester City, and that really, in my opinion, should have resulted in a goal for City. A bit indecisive from City means that we don't come out with a goal. We're through 11 and a half minutes here. It's been a nice, bright, positive start from Manchester City, yet we still await the first goal of this game. Ilkay Gundogan now. Riyad Mahrez wins the ball high up. Ferran Torres in a great position. Shoots and scores! There it is, ladies and gentlemen. It felt like it was coming. The goal was coming. There is that goal. Ferran Torres for Manchester City puts City 1-0 ahead. 12 minutes of dominance from City does pay off. We get the opening goal of this Champions League game. Nice, positive, bright start from Manchester City is rewarded. Just watching a replay, making sure there's no offside. Absolutely nothing wrong with that goal. Beautiful finish from Ferran Torres on the right-hand side there for Manchester City. Just pokes the ball after 2 touches through the goalkeeper's legs and into the back of the net. It is Manchester City 1, Olympiacos 0 here at the Etihad Stadium. A great, nice, positive start there for City. Rewarded, and Ferran Torres there showing his clinical touch and clinical finishing there for Manchester City, and showing why he is indeed at this moment in time with Jesus and Aguero out injured, why he is starting up front for Manchester City. Absolutely brilliant start this for City through the first not even 15 minutes. Always what we're looking for, the first goal. Nice and positive. Right, so we're through nearly 15 minutes here. We're currently on 68 likes as I'm watching this right now. So we're aiming for 100 likes. Any help towards that will be much appreciated. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Don't forget also to subscribe if you are new around here and enjoying the content. We've got plenty more Manchester City and football content coming up over the coming days, weeks and months. So what we're looking for now from this game is that killer second goal really here. And then City put themselves in a great position. Always good to get an early goal. Just having a look around the grounds. Red Bull Salzburg are currently 1-0 ahead against Bayern Munich at home. City are 1-0 ahead. Also in City's group, FC Porto have taken an early lead against Marseille. And in Liverpool's group, Midtjylland are currently losing 2-0 at home to Ajax, are the latest scores. I will go through more of the latest scores at half-time. And of course at full time too. So it's Kevin De Bruyne now for Manchester City, bringing the ball forward. Raheem Sterling, Ilkay Gundogan, into John Stones. Can he find a pass to anyone? Phil Foden to Gundogan. Gundogan bringing the ball forward. Dinks a ball in. Not a great ball. It's cleared. Press from Manchester City. Does hit the arm of Kevin De Bruyne there, though, which means a free kick is going to be given to Olympiacos. Has been a nice, positive start this from Manchester City. Absolutely no doubt in that whatsoever. Which is good to see. Really is good to see. Mr. Super Sid tuning in. Hello, thank you for tuning in. Much appreciated. Aaron Mix Sid is better known as, sometimes appears on the channel. As we've got 72 people tuning in and 72 likes, which is great. Riyad Mahrez now on the right hand side for City. Plays the ball to Kyle Walker. He works the ball across to Zinchenko. Gundogan now. Zinchenko. John Stones picks the ball up. Kyle Walker dinks the ball in. Good bit of play this from City. Mahrez goes down under a challenge. Referee deems it an impact challenge there and gives no penalty to City after Mahrez goes down in the box and asks the question. Not a penalty in my opinion. That's just my opinion though. Olympiacos continue with their play, working it out from the back. City looking to press and force that mistake high up. They go long. Dealt with by John Stones and a poor touch from Olympiacos, who the player kicks the ball in anger there. Means that Manchester City pick up the throw and get a replay of that Mahrez one. He just protects himself. Nothing more in that. No, not a penalty for me, not at all. Not a penalty as City work the ball down the left hand side now. Raheem Sterling to Gundogan. Gundogan dictating play for City at this moment in time. Having a good solid game. Here he is in the thick of the action once more. He goes backwards to John Stones. The right hand side now. Kyle Walker. Poor pass given away from him means Olympiacos can come away with the ball. That looked like a free kick and is a free kick to Olympiacos. Excuse me, sorry, I'm tired. It's been a long day. After Kyle Walker brings down one of the Olympiacos players with a little kick out as they look to try and bring the ball forward on the counter attack, means they have a free kick just inside their own half. They go backwards with that free kick. They go long eventually, looking for the run of the winger. Ederson's there to gather and mop up. Heads the ball to Kyle Walker, who can clear the lines there for Manchester City. Ederson acting as the sweeper keeper role for City, as we've come to expect from the Brazilian international. Olympiacos have the ball back and working the ball from the back. It's a decent pass forward. Ilkay Gundogan doesn't take out the man, so there now might be a chance here for Olympiacos to bring the ball forward down their left hand side, City's right hand side. They put a ball into the box and it's gathered up by Ederson, who rolls the ball out nice and quickly for Manchester City, looking for the counter attack. It's Kevin De Bruyne now. Raheem Sterling driving at the shaky defence of Olympiacos. Sterling now into the penalty area, cannot get the ball across after a good bit of work on the counter attack there from Manchester City. An interception comes in from Semedo, I think it was in the end, and City have a corner kick. That all came about from a good catch and roll out from Ederson. It was Rafinha, sorry, not Semedo, that made the block. It was Raheem Sterling that dummied against Semedo. Raheem Sterling's having a lot of success against Semedo at the moment. City work the corner. De Bruyne puts a good ball into the box, and it is gathered up by the goalkeeper Sarr in net for Olympiacos here. So we're through 19 minutes. City 1-0 ahead and deserved. Kyle Walker wins the ball back after a poor giveaway from Olympiacos. Very action-packed. Phil Foden on his left foot has a shot. It is blocked, and eventually Olympiacos can pick up the loose ball and bring the ball away. Very shaky Olympiacos when working the ball out from the back. Sometimes they look pretty solid, sometimes they don't. There's a ball across. They look to switch the play from right to left. Too much on that ball across the field. Goes out for a throw-in to Manchester City now. Nathan Ake picks up the ball. Brings the ball forward for City. Zinchenko. Gundogan. Back to Ake. Zinchenko now. Works the ball really nicely. It's Foden. Into Gundogan. Zinchenko now. Back to Ake. Ake to Stones. City working and moving this ball very smoothly, very slickly, very nicely at this moment in time. We're through 20 minutes. It's Manchester City 1, Olympiacos 0 in the Champions League in this match at the Etihad Stadium. It's game week 3 of the group stage. Manchester City looking to continue their 100% record in the Champions League so far this season. And they're going a long way towards that, currently winning 1-0 here. John Stones now. Nearly up to 80 likes, which is absolutely brilliant. So thank you everyone that has left a thumbs up. It is much appreciated. As Ederson plays a long ball downfield. Too much on it. Straight to their goalkeeper. The amount of power that Ederson can get in his passing is phenomenal. Makes it look so effortless that he can play a ball from his penalty area to the opposition penalty area. But yeah, there we go. Olympiacos with the ball. Working the ball out wide. Is there too much on that? No, it's a good bit of control from Olympiacos. They win the ball. So they've got the ball in the Manchester City half. Can they do something with this ball, with the possession that they're having? Right hand side, a chance to put a ball into the box. They opt not to do so. Onto the right. Still got a good position here. Into the right hand side. The ball does come across eventually. There's too much on that. Does go out to their player on the left-hand side. Good bit of possession and a spell this for Olympiacos. Can they make something happen? City just need to be wary. Make sure the gaps are closed down as the ball goes into the channels, and very nearly Olympiacos nearly managed to steal that ball in front of Ederson. As it is, Ederson picks the ball up, and roll the ball out very quickly for City once more. So we're through to 81 likes now, which is absolutely brilliant. So thank you everyone so much for the 80 plus likes at this early stage of the game. It's much appreciated. Can we hit them 100 likes before half time? That would be absolutely brilliant. Walker working the ball for Manchester City. John Stones out to Oleksandr Zinchenko. On the left-hand side, he goes to Gundogan, involved in the thick of the action so far. Gundogan back to Phil Foden. Zinchenko now. A good run was made by Phil Foden, not spotted by Zinchenko. Raheem Sterling now. Can he get into the penalty area? Can. Great ball across now. Phil Foden manages to get a block from the Olympiacos defender. Hits the corner flag, so it doesn't go out of play for a corner to Manchester City. Does stay in play. Foden is alert and picks the loose ball up. City, coincidentally, though, have to work the ball backwards. And so we're all the way back with John Stones, who plays the ball across to Nathan Ake. Zinchenko with the ball. Back to Ake. He goes to John Stones. Is there any movement in the middle for Stones here? Look like he may have been forced to go backwards to Ederson, but instead he goes to Walker. Walker moving backwards. Stones into space, can clear the ball long for City. It's dropping deeper from Ferran Torres, who picks the ball up. Nearly from City playing the ball through there, that City held their high position up front but was sitting a little bit deeper, so the pitch was nice and spread out. City couldn't find the accurate pass that they were looking for to really put a spring in their step in their attack, and as it is, Olympiacos do come away with the football. They're working the ball very inconsistent, shall we say, when working the ball out from the back. Like I said, they play some good passes and then some not so good passes, and they get pressed into mistakes. Reminds me a little bit of Pep Guardiola at his first season at City, where things just wasn't clicking properly because he didn't have the squad that he was looking for to play the style that he was looking for. You were having players that can't play his style, that were playing week in, week out, and were being exposed, as Semedo picks the ball up for Olympiacos into the Manchester City half now. Intercepted from City. Phil Foden, a good block that. Ball comes forward. Too much on that for Riyad Mahrez, and it does sprint out of play for a throw into Olympiacos inside their own half, just on the edge of their own penalty area. So we're more than halfway now through this first half. It has been a dominating display from Manchester City. Has gone a little bit quiet over the last 5 minutes or so, as Olympiacos have grown a little bit more into the game and trying to make things happen a little bit more. Importantly though, City do have the lead here. So it's all about now, where do we go in the game? Does City push forward, trying to get that killer second goal? Do they work it patiently? Do they force the issue? Or do they allow Olympiacos to come forward? Which, what I've just mentioned there, we've seen City do a bit of in most games this season. It's been one or the other, really. Personally, I would like to see City show their clinical touch in front of goal, get that killer second goal, and move on from there. While it is 1-0, Olympiacos, well, still in the game. Olympiacos know that if they can score, it's going to put City under a lot of pressure if they score next. As a long ball out from the goalkeeper, looking to work the ball out to the wings, doesn't really pay off. Goes straight out of play for a throw into City. We're only 12 likes away from 100 likes now, which is brilliant. So thank you everyone so much for that. That is much appreciated by me. Stones now. Into Ake. Zinchenko. Gundogan dropping deeper. Finds Stones in space. Brings the ball forward for City. Not much movement in midfield, so Stones drives the ball himself after a good little bit of trickery work. Phil Foden now finds space with Raheem Sterling. He goes inside the penalty area, has a shot straight at the goalkeeper though, twisting, cutting inside onto his stronger right foot. Gets a good little bit of connection onto his shot, no real direction on the ball though. One of those that just looks like he's maybe trying to look to find the near post. Try and fool the goalkeeper. Not really fooling anybody. As Olympiacos pump the ball forward from the goalkeeper, and for some reason Nathan Ake is penalised for climbing there, even though he wins the header. It's not something I felt like was a foul there for Olympiacos. I felt like it might have been the other way around, but there we go. Anyway, Olympiacos with a free kick then. Can they do anything with the ball? Bringing the ball forward. It's intercepted by City, but given away again straight away. So Olympiacos have the possession back once more. They give the ball away again. It's sloppy. Like I said, sometimes they play brilliant passes. Sometimes it's not so brilliant. Riyad Mahrez now in the centre. He did have a shot on his left foot. Chooses not to. Raheem Sterling. Movement around. No real options, so he goes for the safe option of Phil Foden, who's out wide. He works the ball instead. Gundogan now. Zinchenko back to Phil Foden. City moving backwards here. Gundogan gets the ball back to Stones. Walker lifts his head up, finds Mahrez. He brings the ball forward. Phil Foden now. Great bit of dribbling. Works the ball out really well on the right-hand side. Kevin De Bruyne now. Gets the ball across. It's going to be cleared though, headed clear by Olympiacos. Only momentarily though. Riyad Mahrez in the centre has the ball. Ilkay Gundogan to Zinchenko. City, no movement there for Raheem Sterling, so he just goes backwards. City dictating this game, dictating when they want to play, they're dictating the pace, dictating everything. De Bruyne now plays a ball to the near post. It's cleared by Olympiacos and out for a throw-in to Manchester City. Cisse there with the clearance. Walker. Zinchenko now on the left-hand side. Ilkay Gundogan. Zinchenko. Leaves the pass. Nathan Ake picks the ball up here. John Stones sitting in that Ruben Dias role, the deepest defender for Man City, seeing everything happen. Maybe he's learning from Ruben Dias, and Stones can maybe adapt that into his game as Mahrez gives a really poor ball away. Olympiacos bring the ball forward. They go backwards though. They're struggling to beat the initial Man City press. I'm not sure how much pace they've got, but I would say kick it over our high line and do a kick and chase would probably be their most successful route if they wanted to go down that route. Good bit of pressing once more from City. They win the ball higher up here. Phil Foden, twisting, turning. Raheem Sterling in the penalty area now. Digs the ball across. Ferran Torres does get his head onto it, but it just bounces nicely for the goalkeeper to pick that ball up. So we're 7 likes now away from 100 likes. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. We've got over 70 people tuning in. Thank you everyone so much for the continued support on these live watch-alongs. It is much appreciated by me. Subscribe as well if you're new around here and you're enjoying the content. Hope everyone is enjoying the videos. No fans in stadiums means that we can do these live watch-alongs on a good regular basis for Manchester City. So if you are enjoying that, and if we're not going to have fans for the rest of the season, then we're going to have watch-alongs for the season. So if you're a City fan, you want to stay up to date with the latest that's happening and join me with lots of good interactions and stuff and have my thoughts before the game and during the game and after the game and stuff like that, then yeah, make sure that you do subscribe. 4 likes away now. Smashed it today, haven't we? Absolutely smashed it. See if there's any changes in the Champions League at the moment. So Ajax are now 2-1 up. FC Porto are 2-0 up in City's group. Real Madrid have gone 1-0 up against Inter Milan. Bayern Munich have equalised away at Red Bull Salzburg. Real Madrid have just gone 2-0 up against Inter Milan, and Liverpool are 2-0 up in Italy against Atalanta, which will all but seal their qualification, you would think. Mahrez now, nearly a flick on, surely a second goal for Manchester City. It is, does go into the back of the net through Raheem Sterling. The offside flag is up, but because that ball's been put into the back of the net, it'll be VAR that make that decision. So let's have a watch of this replay. It's Mahrez on his left foot. Sterling, I think, does go slightly early there. I think he's half a yard offside. Desperately unlucky that from Raheem Sterling. Does look offside. Looks about half a yard offside. Quick decision made there by VAR, and offside is given and the original decision stands. So it still remains Manchester City 1, Olympiacos 0. Olympiacos given the warning signs there that City are gunning for that killer second goal, in particular before half time, as Holobas just makes a mug there of Kevin De Bruyne. Not something I thought I would be saying on this live stream, as Olympiacos bring the ball forward now into the City half. Can they get a ball into the box? Kyle Walker's driven at. Intercepted very well though with a good sliding challenge from John Stones. We're through 33 minutes here. Manchester City 1, Olympiacos 0. They're going to go for a long throw now, Olympiacos. Into the Man City... Oh, they're not. They're a dummy. Holobas sells a dummy there. Maybe wish he might have gone for a long throw, because he's got the ball, he's not doing anything with it. And a throw-in is given to Manchester City. He runs the ball out of play. All a bit of a mess, that one. Walker now for City from that throw-in just next to their own penalty area. As Inter Milan have just got an instant response against Real Madrid. They're now 2-1 behind against Madrid in Madrid. Ake now. Don't think they're playing at the Bernabeu yet, Real Madrid. They're having it done up, aren't they, I think? They're currently playing at another stadium while they've not got any fans. Utilising that. Ake now. Thought he might have played the pass there to De Bruyne. Chooses not to. Goes to Ederson instead. Zinchenko wins the ball back for City. Ilkay Gundogan now. Back to Zinchenko. He brings the ball forward. Bit too much on that and Semedo can cut it out. Goes back to the keeper, Sarr. He brings the ball forward for Olympiacos. Header won by Manchester City. Second ball won by Olympiacos though. Ilkay Gundogan pressed into a mistake and Olympiacos come away with the football. Can they muster up an attack here and maybe test Ederson and have a shot as they come forward? Switching from right to left. Work the ball well. The flag stays down. Ake does win the... sorry, doesn't win a free kick. Offside flag does eventually go up after he makes a good initial challenge there for City. And, yep, the Olympiacos player never got back into an onside position. So, pretty straightforward decision, that one, for the linesman. Of course, the linesmen do have to wait in case VAR. So, they'll wait to see what happens with the attack. And if they go back away from goal, then the offside flag will go up, as they look to see if there is a chance and if a goal is given and a perfectly good goal isn't ruled out, as Olympiacos win the ball higher up here. Having a bit of success now with 10 minutes or so remaining of this first half. Semedo works the ball down the right hand side. Can Olympiacos put a ball into the box? They can. It's flicked on by John Stones and dealt with by Manchester City. Kyle Walker to Riyad Mahrez, who's dropping deeper. John Stones, Ake brings the ball forward. It's won back high from Olympiacos. John Stones makes the challenge and wins the ball back for City. City can eventually bring the ball away. Phil Foden now drives into the Olympiacos half. Goes out to the left-hand side. Raheem Sterling plays it to De Bruyne. To Gundogan in the centre now. Riyad Mahrez. Phil Foden. Mahrez. Gundogan. Not really too much movement in the attacking third there from City. It means this passing has just stagnated and City go backwards, as City often do when building up their own attack. So we're 3 likes away from 100, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. If you are watching this live stream and you haven't left a thumbs up, then make sure that you do. Who wants to be that 100th like? City give the ball away cheaply, brought forward. It's just given away again. This is scrappy. This is a scrappy game. Gundogan now. So good ball to Mahrez. Movement from City. Mahrez. De Bruyne now. Back to Mahrez. He goes for a shot on his right foot. It's blocked. Straight to Gundogan. He lines up a shot. Deflected and over the bar for a corner to Manchester City from an Ilkay Gundogan shot. We've got 8 minutes or so remaining of the first half here in Manchester. It is Manchester City 1, Olympiacos 0. City have a corner here. See if they can have any successes towards trying to double their lead, as it was a block from Cisse from Gundogan. As City work their corner. Zinchenko can't get that ball in. City look to try and work their way into goal. Looks like something straight from the training field. Zinchenko overhits his dinked pass. Pep looks frustrated. That's clearly something that they've worked on in the training ground that hasn't really worked out there for Man City. So there we go. 100 likes. Thank you everyone. Much appreciated. With it 100 likes, we're not even into 40 minutes yet of the game. So that's absolutely brilliant. So thank you everyone that has left a thumbs up. It is much appreciated by you. Let's see if we can get to 150. That would be brilliant. As Olympiacos now work the ball from the back once more. Can they do it successfully without intervention? They bring the ball forward. They can. A good pass there. Trying to thread the ball through City's defence. Ake does intercept, but a free kick is given in the process, and so Olympiacos have got a free kick just inside the Manchester City half, so a chance here for them to maybe dink the ball into the box after a De Bruyne follow through there. Means a free kick's being given. So Olympiacos now, with that free kick just inside the City half, they work the ball into the box. It's cleared by Man City. Mahrez tries to bring the ball away. Zinchenko nearly brings the ball away for City. It's just rebounding away. It's gone a bit scrappy, this game. De Bruyne now. Can he find the pass? No, but it is picked up the loose second ball from City. Ferran Torres has a shot. It's blocked. De Bruyne picks the loose ball up. Space left, right and centre here for Manchester City if they do want it. Oleksandr Zinchenko works the ball from left to right. Mahrez, there is a run of Phil Foden, gets it through. Foden squares it across. The goalkeeper gets a big hand to it, and Olympiacos can bring the ball away. That was unlucky from City, I thought. Try the look there. Anything can happen from a rebound when you're squaring the ball across. Anything can happen. So why not from Phil Foden? Good bit of movement that from City, and you just feel like it's just all a bit too easy for City at this moment in time. I would like that 1 to become 2, just so we can all relax a little bit more than what we are. But yeah, there we go. So Olympiacos now in possession of the football inside the Manchester City half. And like I said, while it remains 1-0, they'll be hopeful they can get something from the game. They put a cross into the box. Zinchenko brings the ball clear. Will be mopped up by Kevin De Bruyne now. He brings the ball away through Kyle Walker into Phil Foden. Mahrez now. Goes all the way back to John Stones, who's standing just in front of the goalkeeper Ederson. Stones into Ake, who brings the ball forward, slowing the play down, trots forward. Works a couple of passer exchanges between him and De Bruyne. Ake still has the ball though. Into Stones. What can City do with the ball? Ake now. Looking for movement from City. Raheem Sterling's the player that drops deep. Into Zinchenko. Plays the ball beautifully out wide to Riyad Mahrez. He drives at Olympiacos' defence. Good overlap from Walker, and another good ball across is dealt with well by the keeper. And Olympiacos can mop up the danger and bring the ball away. Walker makes a challenge. Wins the ball back higher up. Referee says play on, get up. As Mahrez now puts the ball into the box. It's cleared by Olympiacos. Only as far as Ake into Gundogan. Good play this from Manchester City. Really good play. Ilkay Gundogan now, who's been everywhere in the middle for City, brings the ball down the right hand side. Mahrez back to Gundogan. Threads the ball. Oh, that's unlucky from Gundogan. Does overhit his pass though. Looking to try and thread the ball into Riyad Mahrez on the right hand side. Do you know what I'd like to see? I'd like to see Raheem Sterling on the right and Mahrez on the left. Just so they can stop with this cutting in malarkey. It's quite obvious that Sterling and Mahrez want to cut in. It does allow the overlaps very well for City. However, I just feel like we'd get the best out of our attacking players, Sterling and Mahrez, playing them on the right hand side for Sterling and the left hand side for Mahrez, considering Sterling's right footed, wouldn't need to keep cutting in, and Mahrez is left footed, so he could go on the left hand side and wouldn't need to keep cutting in. So there we go. Right, we approach half time here for City now. We've got 2 minutes or so left of normal time. It's Nathan Ake with the ball for Manchester City. Can City muster up one more chance of this half? Keeper hasn't had too many saves to make, hasn't been that busy, but City have completely dictated and controlled this game at this moment in time for the first 43 minutes, and in my opinion City do deserve their lead. They've been the dominant team, so yeah. Anyway, Phil Foden under pressure, loses the ball. Olympiacos come away with the ball. Isn't too much of an option there on the counter-attack. They'll look for a free kick. They carry on moving the ball forward. Eventually, City do make the interception through Phil Foden. Good track that from Phil Foden to win the ball back for City. Pressed very well, City have today. Foden plays the ball forward. Ferran Torres wanted to get going, but he's cut out by the Olympiacos defender. No free kick given, so Olympiacos come away with the ball. It's intercepted by Manchester City now. Riyad Mahrez. He drives at the Olympiacos defence. I thought that was going to be a City throw, well, so did Mahrez. He's not happy about it as a throw-in's given to Olympiacos rather than Manchester City. So there we go. At the moment, it is Ferran Torres' strike that's set here in Manchester in this Champions League Matchday 3 game of the group stage in Group C here. John Stones heads the ball clear for Manchester City. It does go out for a throw-in to Olympiacos. Olympiacos switch to play. Raheem Sterling tries to put the right back under pressure. Rafinha. Semedo back to Rafinha. Brings the ball forward. Ball is going to be won back by Manchester City, but Olympiacos get the ball back straight away. So we're into 1 additional minute here of added on time for this first half. It is Manchester City 1, Olympiacos 0. We're talking 40 seconds or so left of this first half. Is there going to be one more opportunity? If there is, you would think it's going to be for Olympiacos as they got a throw in inside the Manchester City half. Can they maybe work a ball into the box, get a cross away or something? They worked, switch to play. Did they win the ball, the initial ball? They do, but it is intercepted by Manchester City. They win the ball back higher up. Referee chooses, though, to give a free kick. And so that will be that for the first half here. We're just going to wait for the whistle to go for there to be official confirmation of that. And that'll take us nicely into half-time. As Ederson's probably just going to boot this ball downfield, and that'll take us nicely into half. In fact, he didn't even get to boot the ball. Does take us nicely into half-time. So it is at half-time, Manchester City 1, Olympiacos 0 here in this Champions League match. Ferran Torres with the goal after 12 minutes. Been a pretty dominating display from Manchester City so far. But yeah, has been really good. Has been really good from City, I thought. So we're up to 111 likes, which is absolutely brilliant. So thank you very much, Dad, there for the 100 likes and everything. Jonathan donating the $2, much appreciated. Shout out to you, thank you very much for the donation. It is much appreciated by me. Do I think that we can win the Premier League? If we could show the consistency and grind we showed against Sheffield United and we can get back in amongst the goals, two ifs. If we can do both of them, then yes. If not, then no. I don't think we're too far away, as I said in my last video. I don't think we're too far away from where we need to be. So, we'll see. But yeah, I do think that if City can show more consistency, then we can win the Premier League. That is my opinion, though. Right. Half time then for Manchester City. Let's get that banner changed for the second half first while it is on my brain. Then we are going to go and have a look at the stats and have a look at the halftime scores from around the grounds. Right, stats. So, terms of possession for this football game at half-time, it's 64% possession for Manchester City, 36% possession for Olympiacos. Olympiacos have had no shots on target, no shots off target, no block shots, nothing. they'll be very disappointed with that. It's been complete control from Manchester City. 11 shots for City, just 3 on target, 1 goal. Not bad. I would be looking with the amount of shots that we've had to have a couple more on target. If I'm going to nitpick, like I said, I'd be looking for City to be 2 or 3-0 up here to really show that clinical touch and for this game to already be signed and sealed. But as it is, we do have work to do in the second half, which means that at least we've got a little bit of entertainment to look forward to. Passing completion rate, City just below 90% at 89.6% pass completion rate. That's decent. 83% pass completion rate from Olympiacos as well, which is pretty decent. I think that's why we're noticing so much when both sides are giving away the ball, because they're both being incredibly accurate with their passing, that when they give the ball away, you do notice. Whereas if you kept doing it, then you wouldn't really notice because it becomes second nature. City have created 1 clear-cut opportunity and got that 1 goal, which is good to see. 5 corners for Manchester City, none for Olympiacos. 1 offside apiece. Tackle completion rate, 40% from Manchester City. It's something that I would be looking towards improving for that second half. 57% tackle completion rate for Olympiacos, which is decent. That's more like what you would be looking for from your team. Aerial duels, it does say City have been 100% successful in their aerial duels, but I don't think that stat is completely accurate. Goalkeeper has had 2 saves to make. Like I said, for the amount of domination City have had, you'd be looking for their keeper to be a little bit busier than what he has been. No yellow cards, no red cards for the game. So yeah, we'll see what happens in terms of the Champions League games already played for Olympiacos. They've played their first game at home against Marseille and won. Then there was away against FC Porto in their last game and lost 2-0. So it looks like Olympiacos may be relying on their home form to try and help them pick up momentum and pick up points for this group. So as it is, you'd be looking for City to be winning this game. And like I said, looking for 9 points from 9 is the ideal scenario of where we want City to be at. And I think it's important that we do get this momentum going forward for that game against Liverpool. There's no better preparation than just winning game after game after game when having big games, and considering we've got a huge game against Liverpool, gets no bigger in my opinion for a Premier League game. Ideal prep for that is to win this game. So 383 passes from Manchester City at this moment in time in one half, which I think is interesting there. I think City well on course then for 700 plus passes, which I'm sure Pep Guardiola will be absolutely delighted for. It's something that you have come to expect from Pep. 5 to 6 to even 700 passes per game. If City are having, 80% plus possession, sometimes then passes can be up towards 800. I know City have definitely done one in the 900s. I'm not sure we've exceeded 1,000 passes though in a game. That's just incredible. But yeah, I agree, Armstrong. City have been good so far. I think there's room for improvement there from City, but everything just looks comfortable. It reminds me a lot of the Marseille game. City completely controlling the game. I'm sure that Olympiacos, like Marseille, look to step the game up in the second half, which will allow space for City to potentially get that second or third goal. We do need to make sure, though, that we are wary, because we're only 1-0 up, that we are not conceding and allowing Olympiacos back into this game, in a game that we have been in complete control of. But at the moment, we're winning. We've got a goal. We've got a clean sheet. It's all rosy. Next 45 minutes, a big 45 minutes. Lava Boy, thank you very much for tuning in once more. I hope you are well. Thank you for tuning in. So we're going to go and have a check around the grounds now, having a look at all the latest scores at half-time in these 8 o'clock Champions League fixtures, and also having a look around elsewhere in England. So, if you wasn't paying attention at the beginning, it has finished Lokomotiv Moscow 1, Atletico Madrid 1, and Shakhtar Donetsk 0, Mönchengladbach 6. So, half-time scores, so they're full-time scores. Half-time scores, it is Atalanta 0, Liverpool 2, FC Midtjylland 1, Ajax 2, FC Porto 2, Marseille 0 in Manchester City's group. Manchester City 1, Olympiacos 0. Real Madrid 2, Inter Milan 1. And Red Bull Salzburg 1, Bayern Munich 2. So Bayern Munich have turned that all around after going behind, are now ahead. Into the Championship. It's currently Brentford 1, Swansea City 1. Huddersfield Town 1, Bristol City 2. Norwich City 0, Millwall 0. Sheffield Wednesday 1, AFC Bournemouth 0. Blackburn Rovers 0, Middlesbrough 0. And Cardiff City 2, Barnsley 0. Not too many goals in the Championship at this moment in time. Into League One. Some full-time scores. It is Shrewsbury Town 1, Burton Albion 1 after a 99th minute equaliser from Shrewsbury Town. Blackpool 1, Wigan Athletic 0. Finish as Wigan struggles continue in League One. Bristol Rovers 0, Peterborough United 2. Currently a later score, Charlton Athletic 3, Fleetwood Town 2. Full-time score, Crewe Alexandra 0, Gillingham 1, Lincoln City 1, Portsmouth 3 is a full-time score, and Oxford United 3, Rochdale 1 is also a full-time score. Plymouth Argyle 4, Swindon Town 2 is a later score, Sunderland 1, Ipswich Town 1, and AFC Wimbledon 1, Doncaster Rovers 1, and Northampton Town 0, Milton Keynes Dons 0, all later scores. The Hull City game against Accrington Stanley has been postponed after a couple of cases of the pandemic virus has fallen down for Accrington Stanley there. Now, some full-time scores in League 2. It's finished Morecambe 2, Exeter City 2, Bolton Wanderers 1, Mansfield Town 1 after a late equaliser there for Bolton. Bradford 3, Southend 0. That's a later score. Cambridge 2, Salford City 1 is a full-time score. Carlisle 3, Newport County 2 is a later score. Colchester 3, Stevenage 1 is a full-time score. Forest Green Rovers 2, Leyton Orient 1 is a later score. Grimsby Town 1, Barrow 0 is a full-time score. Walsall 1, Crawley Town 0 is also a full-time score. Harrogate Town 0, Tranmere Rovers 1 is currently a later score. And the Port Vale game against Scunthorpe United has been postponed. I don't know if that's due to the weather, a waterlogged pitch, or whether that might be down to the virus. I imagine it might be the virus there as well. What's my opinion on John Stones? John Stones had a decent game in this match so far. I'm a fan of John Stones. I don't think he's done too much wrong, other than being injury prone. I just think that's really hampered his career at Manchester City. It stopped him getting the confidence, it stopped him getting the momentum to really drive forward and playing game after game after game. That's my opinion. Riyad Mahrez, I've never felt like Mahrez has been too bad of a player for City. It's just with a been attacking player, you're just looking for a little bit more. You're looking for more consistency. You're looking for them assists. You're looking for them goals. You're looking for him to make the difference. And Mahrez, in his first season, didn't have the greatest of first seasons. And last season came out and showed everyone what he is capable of, the high levels that he can get to. And then he's kind of gone back to the first season, Riyad Mahrez, for Manchester City here, which that's a bit disappointing to see. What do I think about Pep not starting Mahrez earlier this season? It's a load of options there for Manchester City. With injuries to strikers, Mahrez is going to be getting lots of minutes and lots of games, and I think it's important that Mahrez takes the opportunity with both hands. I do feel like once we do get Aguero and Jesus back, I would like to see Mahrez have a week or two off just to get his fitness and have a rest. I think it's important that teams do have players do have a rest. I think it's important. I've shown the form that Mahrez is in at the moment. I think he does need a rest at this moment in time. Will Gabriel Jesus play against Liverpool? That does remain to be seen. If he doesn't come off the bench for this game, then I would think not. Considering how well Torres has done for City, I reckon we'll probably go for Torres instead, is what I reckon. So we're up to 118 likes, which is brilliant. So thank you everyone for that. That is much appreciated. Now is a good time for us to go and get a snack, get something to eat, get something to drink just before we resume this big second half of Manchester City. Looking to build on a good first half for us. Let's see if we can get the job done for the second half before we go into that Goliath game against Liverpool at the weekend. Do I think Pep will leave this summer? It's one of them difficult ones where my instinct and gut feeling is telling me that Pep will not renew his contract. However, logic and sources and everything that's saying will say that Pep will. So who knows what Pep's thinking? What I do know is that I would like his future to be sorted. You would think you'd be looking for before Christmas, because City, if they're going to sign players in January, want to know long term that is Pep going to be the manager next season there. or not. Just like Too Cold saying there, Messi signing for Man City. I think that relies a lot on if Pep will stay. If Pep commits his future to City, then I think it makes City's business in the window easier. So we'll see. Pretty more going for 4-0 to Manchester City, going for a good second half there. And Ian, thank you very much. It is much appreciated, your support there. So thank you very much for your kind words. And I'm just drinking some juice, nothing exotic. We've got work again tomorrow morning, so it's literally when I finish this, shut everything down, straight to bed, sleep, up in the morning, out to work again. So yeah, I've been to work today and to work tomorrow. I'm tired, but it's City playing. It's an important game, a Champions League game. Wouldn't miss it for the work, for the world. I'm reading your comment there, Pam, so it's put me off saying world and put work. Thank you very much, though, Pam. Much appreciated. Who should we keep and who should we sell? For January, I don't think City are going to be too busy. I reckon City may sign maybe one player. Might that be a left back? Might that be a temporary short-term attacker if Jesus and Aguero can't prove their fitness? Remains to be seen. I reckon we might sign a player in January. What I do think. I don't think anyone will leave in the summer. I reckon a couple of players will leave. I reckon Fernandinho may be one of them. I don't think he'll have his contract extended, unfortunately, for City, which makes me sad. Looking elsewhere, Sergio Aguero still not signed a new deal at City. Might his time be up? I mean, if we don't have fans back in stadiums, we don't get to give Fernandinho and Sergio Aguero a farewell, and that makes me sad. It does. No other words for it. But I do think a striker is something that City do need to be looking towards. Who can replace Pep? I mean, for the quality that Pep's got, there's no manager out there that's better than Pep. I know that people look at Nagelsmann and Pochettino, that's been mentioned, but I just don't think that they're as good as Pep. They're certainly not as experienced. They're certainly not as proven as what Pep Guardiola is. But they are upcoming decent managers there that if Pep was to leave, Nagelsmann or Pochettino, in my opinion, wouldn't be bad options at all. Barbados being locked on, do you mean locked down there? If it is, I'm sorry to hear that. We're going to have a lockdown very soon as well, from Thursday on the 5th, on Bonfire Night as it is here. Do I think Real Madrid will get past the round of 16 this season, or even get past the group stage? I think it'll give us a better indication after today's game. If they can hold on to a win against Inter Milan, then I think that could well set them up nicely into trying to get to the last 16. If they do not get a good result, then yeah, could be in a bit of bother. Remains to be seen. Pochettino has won nothing. Yeah, I still doesn't mean I can't think that he's a decent manager. I do think he's a good manager. On Daka, I've not got anything on that at this moment in time. I will have a transfer update out in a couple of days that I can give you some more details, but other than City being linked, I haven't really got anything else there to give, unfortunately. As we now have kick-off for this second half for Manchester City. So it is Olympiacos that have got us underway for this second half. Caught me out of the blue, that one, but yeah, we are. We're in time now for kick-off. So we'll just get the timer sorted actually. So the timer's going to be about 30 seconds behind. Sorry, it's caught me unaware. There was a lot of interaction going on there that it slipped my mind. So I apologise for that. When the timer loads. The City get themselves a free kick. There we go. We got the timer. Should be on. It's about a minute behind. Sorry for that. There we go. Bam, bam. Bam, bam, bam. So it is a free kick for City. I'd say it's a bit too far out here. for City to make an effort on goal. There's up to 123 likes now. Nice. But it is a chance here, nonetheless, for City to put a ball into the box. We're about 45 yards out. De Bruyne stands over it. He does put a ball into the box. Doesn't really beat the first man there. A bit disappointing for someone of Kevin De Bruyne's quality not putting in a better ball. He's just coming back from injury, though, for Man City, so I will let him off. Olympiacos on the counter-attack now, into the City penalty area. Managed to get themselves their first corner of the game now. 47 minutes it's taken, but Olympiacos do get themselves a corner. They have brought on a substitute, actually. Let me just have a look at who that substitute is, so I can let you guys know, as I did miss that. Like I said, JSGC was ill-prepared just then. So it's a couple of substitutions that's been made. So it's Buchkalis and Randilovic that have come off, and Bruma and Rodriguez have come on for Olympiacos. As a corner for Olympiacos comes into the penalty area. It's a decent ball in. And eventually it does come clear for Manchester City. Thankfully there wasn't a bad ball in at all. The City win a throw in. Didn't quite get the header right after a good ball in. Might even have been a good bit of defending there from John Stones that managed to win the header there. As Olympiacos win the ball higher up. City do manage to intercept that ball though, and Kyle Walker can have the ball on the right hand side. John Stones now to Ederson. City might just be best with their tails up here for Olympiacos. Maybe going long, but Ederson passes it well. Zinchenko now. Where's the space? Raheem Sterling. Zinchenko just slows everything down. Not happy with the pace that Olympiacos have started to the second half. And so the City just want to go back to controlling the ball and dictating the play and dictating the pace. That they just pass the ball around and go back to Ederson. Killing that momentum, looking to tire them legs out of Olympiacos and drive them forward and drive them into a mistake. A bit like constricting their opponents here as Kyle Walker brings the ball forward. Mahrez intercepted. Mahrez isn't having a great game. I'm going to paper over the cracks here. He isn't having a very good game. I would perhaps, I like the look of the last 5 minutes or so of Bernardo Silva that came on against Sheffield United, so maybe that might be something City may look towards, perhaps. As we're only 23 likes now away from 150 likes, which is absolutely brilliant. So yeah, thank you everyone. That is much appreciated by me. Raheem Sterling now. Phil Foden. Ilkay Gundogan in the centre. De Bruyne out to Mahrez. Olympiacos want an offside flag. It doesn't go up. Mahrez can't get his cross, and Olympiacos can come away with the ball. Once again, Mahrez, they're not really delivering too much for City. Frustrating, but we do have the lead, so not all bad. Good interception though, high up from City. Here we go. Phil Foden now. Has a shot himself. Tame effort. Saved by the keeper. Don't really blame Phil Foden. It opened up. The defenders were backing off with runners coming from either side. So Phil Foden did have the space there to get a shot away. Just doesn't connect with it very cleanly at all. And it's a very, very comfortable save for goalkeeper Sarr in goal for Olympiacos this evening. So we're through 50 minutes or so here in Manchester. It's Manchester City 1, Olympiacos 0. It's up to 130 likes now, so 20 likes away from 150. It's absolutely brilliant, so thank you everyone for that. Olympiacos in a good position here. In a really good position. It is intercepted for a combination of deflection from Ake and Zinchenko. Gundogan now brings the ball forward for City. A little bit more urgency needed here from City. Phil Foden brings the ball forward. Not the greatest of passes. He picks up the loose ball though. Cannot thread it through to Raheem Sterling. Does find him eventually. Sterling to Ilkay Gundogan. Out to Riyad Mahrez. Can Mahrez do something now on the right hand side? Gets a good pass out to Ilkay Gundogan. Takes a shot on first time, but it is blocked by Olympiacos, and they can come forward with the ball now. Down on the right hand side for Olympiacos. Hasn't been the greatest of games. This is exactly why I went for 2-0 to Manchester City. Good interception there from City as well. Kevin De Bruyne now. Oleksandr Zinchenko. De Bruyne brings the ball forward. Phil Foden switches the play. Wasn't the right choice there. Ferran Torres did want the ball playing into his channel, so he looks a bit frustrated. There's a bit of a nothing ball that from Phil Foden. Liverpool are now 5-0 up, so 3 quick goals from Liverpool in that second half. Jota has got a hat-trick at the moment for Liverpool. So 47th minute, Salah's got a goal. 49th minute, Mane's got a goal to make it 4-0. And 54th minute, Jota's got another goal to make it 5-0. Thumping performance for Liverpool. So a little bit of a statement being sent out by Liverpool there for the game coming up at the weekend. Like I said, a good confidence build for them after a couple of, last few games haven't been too convincing Liverpool, nor of City. So both sides looking for the Champions League for a bit of confidence, and both sides doing very well in the Champions League as it is. Oh, it's a poor giveaway! How has he not scored? How on earth has Olympiacos not scored there? Sloppy at the back from Manchester City giving the ball away. I think it was Phil Foden. They're appealing for a penalty here. Terrible ball by Phil Foden. Terrible, terrible ball. Has Stones made contact here or not? No, it's not a penalty. Just folds over himself, he's rushing the shot. He has to take it first time because he's under pressure from Stones, and he injures himself in the follow-up of that. So Phil Foden really gets away with one there. That was really, really dire. That could have been a really cheap goal for City to give away. As it is, it's Olympiacos' first shot, and it came about from a horrendous mistake at the back. So City need to be careful of that. Got away with that. Yeah, we should have signed Jota. Would have been a good option, I feel, for Man City, in my opinion. For that third choice attacker who can also play out wide as well. Signed for around £40 million as Kamara gets a yellow card for a challenge on Ake for Olympiacos. I do think Jota's more of a rotated option, though. Isn't a long-term option that City had been looking for, and I feel that's what City are looking for of an attacker, from what Pep has said. If we are to assign an attacker, he's wanting an attacker that's on the calibre of Jesus and Aguero, so we're looking for an international striker, a goal scorer. They won't come cheap. I mean, to me, all inroads for a striker and an attacker points towards Lautaro Martinez. I would say Haaland as well would be another option for City to maybe look at, but with demand being extremely high for Haaland, and his release clause not coming active till 2022, I'm not sure City will wait that long. Whereas Martinez, I know City have been interested. I know that Barcelona have been interested, but with Barcelona not really having much money at all, I would like to think that if City did shell out the money, that we could prize Martinez here. Whether Martinez is that option that we're looking for remains to be seen, but there we go. Yeah, Aguero's injured at the moment. Apparently he's on schedule to come back for Manchester City soon. Probably not for the weekend, but hopefully we'll have him back after the international break, ready for the busy December run-in, because options will be needed for City. So Olympiacos working their way back into this game. Warning signs have been put out there for Manchester City. City need to up their game and up their gears a little bit here. They've been a bit too lethargic coming forward in the second half. How many times have we seen that? Where City put in one good half performance and the next half don't play particularly well. Too often it's been. It's all about adaptability, and City haven't been too great with that as of late. That killer second goal, definitely what I would be looking for. Zinchenko now gives the ball away for City in a dangerous area. Ball goes across. Desperately unlucky that from Olympiacos. Like I said, all the warning signs are there. City just aren't clicking. It's not working. It's just not good. Olympiacos pressing higher, more energy, moving a lot more, causing problems. City need to get this sorted and get this sorted soon. I think City are just passing, taking too many risks with the passing. I mean, Zinchenko there, once he's backed into a corner, should just be booting the ball clear. It's as simple as that. Not passing a ball and giving the ball away high up. It's the mistakes that City managed to punish Olympiacos for. Sometimes you just need to clear the ball sometimes. Anyway, City come forward now on the counter-attack. Zinchenko, ball gets given away. Zinchenko hasn't had a too impressive a start to this second half at this moment in time. Walker now. Gundogan. Ake. Into Zinchenko. De Bruyne. Sterling. De Bruyne. Foden. Poor pass out wide from Foden. It's behind Mahrez, so he has to pick it up. Slows it down just a little bit for City here. Walker. Mahrez now. In an attacking position this for City. What can they do with it? Ake. Zinchenko on the left-hand side. Stretches the pitch to Raheem Sterling. Not too much movement in that final third from City, so it forces City backwards because of that. Olympiacos marking up well. Where's the gaps? Where's the space for City to look towards? Phil Foden now into Riyad Mahrez. Foden leaves it, and Gundogan manages to get a strike. I think he's appealing for a corner or something there. Whatever it is, he doesn't connect with it too cleanly. Gets on top of the ball and it goes flying high over the crossbar. Looks like there was a slight deflection there. Oh no, maybe not. I'm not too sure what he's appealing for there, Gundogan. I mean, Gundogan must know better than anyone that there wasn't a deflection. So there we go. Right, we're up to 132 likes now, so we're only 18 likes away from 150. Absolutely smashed it today, so that's really good. So thank you everyone for that. That's much appreciated. Like a foul, referee he's not giving anything there. So Olympiacos do come away with the ball inside Manchester City. Was inside Manchester City's half, back into their own half. Now back into City's half, and back into their own half again, knocking it about on the halfway line. They switch to play well here, Olympiacos. Definitely still in this game. Currently, Manchester City 1, Olympiacos 0. Through as we go past the hour mark here in Manchester. The ball comes in. And it's a save by Ederson. A little bit of a let-off here. All the warning signs are there for Manchester City. All the warning signs are there. A little dink over the top. Ake and Stones put the attacker under pressure. The save is made by Ederson. It is a very straightforward save for Ederson to make in the end. He does manage to just to spill it in front of his path, but there's no player in front of him for him not to be able to do that. So I think he just does that instead of taking the risk of catching the ball. There's a deflection off Stones ensured that it was an awkward bounce there for Ederson. But nonetheless, another shot, another opportunity and another chance for Olympiacos. They're growing in confidence in this game. City need that killer second goal. Foden now into Kevin De Bruyne. Ball slightly behind De Bruyne, so it just slows everything down here. Nathan Ake. Raheem Sterling now. Is there movement? Kevin De Bruyne. Good thread through. Raheem Sterling does really, really well there. The goalkeeper, though, to gather the ball up and put Raheem Sterling under enough pressure that he had to go first time, and the keeper managed to smother it out. Raheem Sterling was offside, so City had scored there. It wouldn't have been allowed. Good bit of goalkeeping, though, nonetheless, there from the goalkeeper. Really good interception. So Sterling had to play the ball first time. Keeper just came sliding in and intercepted with his legs and gathered the ball up. Decent goalkeeping that from Sarr, who's in net for Olympiacos this evening. So we're only 13 likes away from 150. So thank you everyone so much for that. Much appreciated by me. So it's Olympiacos in control of the football. We're just going to have a look at the other scores, see if there's anything else happening. Any more goals. There has been a goal in Midtjylland. It's now 3-1 to Ajax. Zinchenko gives away a free kick here to Olympiacos. Right, so it's Olympiacos in possession of the football here. That looks offside. Flag hasn't gone up. As Olympiacos bring the ball away with their attack. Did definitely looked offside, that. There we go. So if they score off it, I'm not sure if they go back to that offside. I would have thought that they do as the ball goes across and Ederson chooses just to leave that one there and go out for a goal kick to Manchester City. I'm not sure if that was a cross or a shot. Maybe a bit of both. A cross come shot there. I think that was a diagonal ball across. A little bit too close to the keeper there. And the keeper just leaves it to go wide. So Ederson dinks a ball to Kyle Walker on the right hand side. Walker brings City forward. To Phil Foden now. Back to Kyle Walker. Ake picks the ball up. Kevin De Bruyne. John Stones screams for the ball and gets the ball here. As he enters inside the Olympiacos half. Torres drops deep. Referee doesn't give a free kick from an initial step forward from the defender, but City do keep hold of the football, so no real decisions there to be made for the referee. Nathan Ake now has the ball for Manchester City just outside of his own Manchester City penalty area. So Olympiacos, interestingly, have gone with, looks like an attacking 4. Putting City under pressure. So then a couple of substitutions seems like a little bit of a tactical one there. Seems to be done on purpose. Then a couple of runners outside of that. Great interception there from Kevin De Bruyne. Great willingness there too. Can he put a ball in? No, he goes to the outside of the penalty area through Ilkay Gundogan. Riyad Mahrez. He can get the ball eventually to Kevin De Bruyne through a deflection on the left-hand side. De Bruyne now works the ball all the way back to Nathan Ake. Passive this from Man City. Passive. More urgency needed. Foden, Walker, Mahrez, Into De Bruyne. Walker now. On the right hand side. It's Foden that switches out there to try and stretch the pitch. In the end, Stones goes long. Isn't a good ball. Flicked on by Olympiacos, and eventually the keeper tries to stop that going out for a corner, and does. Means that Olympiacos can come away with the football. So City look like they're going to be making a couple of substitutions here. Firstly, it's going to be Rodri coming on, so I'm wondering if that might be maybe for De Bruyne, just to give him a rest. So he is definitely fit for that game against Liverpool. And interestingly, it is going to be striker Gabriel Jesus coming on for Manchester City. Personally, I'd like to see one of Sterling or Mahrez taken off and move Ferran Torres out wide and put Jesus up front for Man City. But we'll see what Pep goes with here. Could be like for like. It could be a little bit of a tactical switch. We'll see. We will see. Might be Phil Foden possibly coming on for Rodri. Coming off for Rodri, rather. But we'll see. We will see. As we're now 11 likes away from 150. So, yeah, absolutely brilliant. Thank you, everyone, for that. Much appreciated. As we're through 67 minutes here. It is Manchester City 1, Olympiacos 0 here in the Champions League match day 3 of Group C. City looking to continue their 100% record and are doing a good job of that at this moment in time. Although Olympiacos certainly not out of this game by any stretch of the imagination. Ederson now. To Ilkay Gundogan. He plays the ball forward. Ferran Torres goes down under a hefty challenge there after dropping deeper from Semedo. As the first substitution to be made is Riyad Mahrez coming off for Gabriel Jesus. So I presume that Ferran Torres is going to go on that right hand side and Jesus through the centre. But with Pep, you never know. But that is my presumption there. So Jesus makes his long-awaited return for Manchester City. Nice to see Jesus coming back for City. See if he can get it back in and amongst the goals. As Phil Foden's also making his way off the pitch. So I presume that Rodri is going to be coming on for Phil Foden. And he is. So there we go. Couple of subs there made by Manchester City. We've still got 3 subs to use if we want to use them. Thank you, Pacey Bits Greatest. I appreciate that. So Ruth saying that Jesus will now start against Liverpool. That remains to be seen. But you might be right with that one. You may well be right. City bringing the ball forward into the penalty area. Ferran Torres puts not a bad ball in, and Jesus was in there in the right place at the right time to put the keeper under pressure, who manages to gather the ball on the second attempt. So it is Ferran Torres going on the right hand side and Jesus going through the centre. Well worked that from City. But De Bruyne did really well there to get some kind of ball in. Not a bad ball in from Ferran Torres. Ferran Torres, for the time that I've seen him at City, has looked a very lively player. So I'm excited to see what the future holds for the young Spanish forward for City. New signing, of course, for around £21 million from Valencia in the summer. Ball comes in, cleared by Nathan Ake. Only as far as Olympiacos player, who gets his shot away and blocked, and Ederson can gather up for Manchester City there. Yeah, £21 million looks like a steal at this moment in time. City's replacement, you would think, for Leroy Sané, who left Manchester City for around 45 to 50 million euros in the summer, plus some add-ons as well. De Bruyne now. Nice work out wide. Torres. De Bruyne now slices his shot, gets that one all wrong, and out for a goal kick there to Olympiacos. Again, Ferran Torres, the player there, making something happen. De Bruyne just doesn't get that right at all. Doesn't get that one right. Can't get them all right. Looks a bit frustrated there, Kevin De Bruyne. Like I said, he is coming back from injury, so it might just take him a few games just to really find his feet as he's looking towards trying to find the heights that he hit from last season, which I firmly believe that he can. City have had no shots on target in this second half. 4 attempts for Olympiacos, just 1 on target. The best chance being City's mistake at the backfield. Foden gave the ball away straight away for an Olympiacos player. Under pressure, albeit from John Stones, with a potentially open net there. Sliced wide from Olympiacos has probably been their best chance of this game. But they're growing nicely into this game, Olympiacos. There's, 18 minutes remaining here, and they're still well within this game. City need to be careful here. Like I said, that killer second goal needs to come, because if they don't, I'm not sure if we'll be able to keep a clean sheet. So we just need to be careful. We need to be really careful. Not that I have a problem with winning 1-0 and grinding like we did against Sheffield United. It's just I thought that our defence looked very tough and mean and organised and well drilled against Sheffield United. It just didn't look like it was going to concede, whereas in this game it just doesn't look as strong, in my opinion, with the changes that's been made as Masouras comes on for Kamara, who's on a yellow card. Good pump forward here for Olympiacos. Space once more now. Down the left-hand side for them. Kyle Walker gets the better of him, plays it across. Oh, there's no one there. There's no one there for Olympiacos to tap in at the back post and potentially get that equaliser. A good run and a good challenge there. I think he was offside. Oh, no. He was onside, that player. It was the other two that was offside, so that would have counted for Olympiacos. Third time I've said this now, but all the warning signs are there for Manchester City. They need to be really, really careful here. Every time Olympiacos choose to come forward and make something happen, they are making something happen. They're just not being clinical. They keep doing this, though. I reckon they might just find that goal. We need that killer second goal. Been a pretty tense game. A test of wits here. Ball given away. Ferran Torres, there's a run of Jesus, there's a run of De Bruyne on the right hand side. He chooses De Bruyne now, composes himself, and a good save from the goalkeeper, albeit straight at him. De Bruyne will be disappointed with that one. City again not showing their clinical finishing there. That was an opportunity to have potentially killed this game. As it is, 1-0 remains Olympiacos in this game. So there's 16 minutes remaining here. Olympiacos starting to have more success. They're sending more men forward, I think, is where their success is coming from. Attacking with, rather than one, attacking with 2, 3, 4 players and pressing Man City as well. Seems to be doing the trick for them. City now looking to just slow the tempo down and just dictate the play once more here. Ilkay Gundogan now. Out wide. Ferran Torres. City just knocking it about. Not interested in pushing forward yet. Just interested in Olympiacos coming in, trying to tire them out a little bit. Olympiacos just holding their shape. Waiting for that mistake. Waiting for that moment. Attackers looking to really push the issue here for Olympiacos. So we're 7 likes away now from 150. It's been a sensational effort from everybody this evening. So thank you everyone for that. That is much appreciated. John Stones now into Oleksandr Zinchenko. Ilkay Gundogan. Gabriel Jesus. Gundogan. Sterling cuts in well. Too heavy of a touch. Semedo goes down under the challenge from Sterling. And a free kick is given there to Olympiacos. 6 likes away. Have a score update. Salzburg have equalised against Bayern Munich. It is 2-2. And Real Madrid against Inter Milan is 2-2 as well. So Inter Milan have found an equaliser. As FC Porto have gone 3-0 up against Marseille. As Al-Arabi goes off and Hassan comes on. Raheem Sterling just followed through over the ball there. Not saying it's a sending off or anything, but looked like a pretty nasty challenge on Semedo, and I'm surprised he's not been given a yellow card. Felt like that was a yellow card in my opinion. As I think City are readying themselves a substitution. I think that was Bernardo Silva that I just saw there then. Potentially readying himself to come on. As a ball forward is intercepted by Manchester City. The offside flag does go up, and so a free kick is given to Manchester City inside their own half. We've got less than 14 minutes remaining now of this game. We're now 3 likes away from 150, so it's been a sensational effort from everybody. Thank you everyone so much for that. And if you're watching, yeah, subscribe as well if you're new around here. That would be much appreciated as well. Aiming for that 14,000 subscribers, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. As De Bruyne now brings the ball forward for Manchester City. Switches play, kept in by Zinchenko. Zinchenko to Rodri. He plays the ball forward. It's Raheem Sterling. Kevin De Bruyne now. Where is the space? He plays it down the centre. Good run actually from Ferran Torres. Jesus. He's still got the ball. Goes for a shot, ping-pongs around, and the goalkeeper will pick that up. 150 likes, so thank you everyone for that. Much appreciated. Absolute legends. I'll probably say at this late stage of the game, I'd say 200 likes. Probably too far away, but let's be ambitious. Let's see if we can get somewhere towards that. Let's see how close we can get. So 200 likes is our next like goal. I think we've only hit 200 plus likes on a live stream, live on a watch-along. I think 2 times, so that'd be a sensational effort if we could get there. So that'd be much appreciated if you want to leave a thumbs up and you are enjoying the content. And like I said, if you are enjoying it and you're not subscribed, then do press that red button and subscribe. It is free. Press that red button and press the bell. Put your push notifications on to be notified immediately for when I do upload. As next video will be the 5 things that we learned from this game, which at the moment there's quite a few things that we've learned going into this Liverpool game at the weekend. So yeah, looking forward to doing that video for everybody, which will be out probably tomorrow at some point. Probably tomorrow evening would be a safe bet, but we'll try and get through that video, have that out for you ASAP. Excuse me. Olympiacos now with the ball. On the right hand side in Manchester City's half. Game far from dead here. We've got 11 minutes or so remaining. Ball comes across. The back post, here's a chance. Olympiacos, block shot. I think they're going to be happy just to let this go out for a corner, and they do. So a corner here to Olympiacos, gathering in momentum. It's a dangerous game City are playing here. Dangerous game. So a corner to Olympiacos. Another chance for them to put a ball into the box. Ball comes in. It's cleared by Man City at the near post. And flicked on by Jesus. De Bruyne can't get the header, so Olympiacos do go all the way back to their goalkeeper, but do importantly keep hold of possession of the football here as we enter into the last 10 minutes or so of this UEFA Champions League game. Group C match, match day 3 game between Manchester City and Olympiacos. It's currently Manchester City 1, Olympiacos 0. Thanks to a first half goal from Ferran Torres inside the first 15 minutes after 12 minutes, which was a decent finish, composed finish from Ferran Torres, who made the finish look as easy as you like. As Real Madrid have taken the lead against Inter Milan. They're now 3-2 up, so they take the lead once more. And speaking of 3-2, there's been another goal at Salzburg. It is Red Bull Salzburg 2, Bayern Munich 3, so they retake the lead. There's Ferran Torres now. Can he get a shot away? Oh, it's a brilliant goal. Sorry, Jesus. I keep forgetting Ferran Torres. Gabriel Jesus back in the appearances for Manchester City. Back in amongst the goals. the killer second goal that City have been looking for, and it's there. It's a calm, composed, collective, decent, quality strikers finish. Just what Manchester City have been missing, with Aguero and Jesus being out injured. So Jesus picks the ball up, right side of centre, hesitates twice, gets a shot away right into the roof of the net. Game, set and match, you would think there. Quality finish that from Gabriel Jesus. And that should be that, and should be the 3 points for Manchester City. Gabriel Jesus back in amongst the goals, you would think now puts him in a good position for him to be starting in that game against Liverpool as well at the weekend. I would be very tempted to go with Raheem Sterling on that left-hand side, Ferran Torres on the right-hand side, and Jesus through the middle if all three are fit and ready to play. That's what I would be going for. As we're seeing now, Man City making another substitution. It is Raheem Sterling going off, so I'd say that would be Sterling starting against Liverpool as well. We've got over 80 people now tuning into the live stream, so welcome. Thank you everyone for tuning in. We're at 155 likes. We are on that final push towards full time. We're pushing towards 200 likes. That's our aim, so if any help towards that would be much appreciated, as it is Bernardo Silva that comes on and Manchester City make their final substitution. It's Kyle Walker going off for the final 10 minutes or so here, and it is Joao Cancelo going in at right back for Manchester City. So that's all the subs made here for City. So it's Olympiacos. They're going to need a goal. They're going to need a goal pretty rapid as well if they want to get themselves back into the game. It is that killer second goal that City have been looking for, though. It is through Gabriel Jesus, and it is Manchester City 2, Olympiacos 0. It's a good work out there from City. Cancelo, Rodri, John Stones. So it's Stones and Ake that see out this game at the centre back. So they'll be looking for a clean sheet. They'll do their confidence a world of good. Zinchenko, Gundogan, Rodri. Good work out to Joao Cancelo, who's had a very impressive campaign for City so far this season. Excuse me, both on the right side and the left side. Bernardo now. Ake into Zinchenko. City just slowing everything down here. No rush whatsoever for City. No rush whatsoever. Gundogan. De Bruyne. City on the attack, on the prowl, looking for that third goal. Bernardo, Cancelo gets a ball across. It's a good ball across, and well intercepted by Semedo to put the ball out for a corner to Manchester City. Much better attacking intent from City. Maybe City feel more relaxed now that they are got that 2-goal cushion, making them feel a lot better about this game, as Bayern Munich have gone 4-2 up against Red Bull Salzburg away. City walking this corner. Zinchenko on the left-hand side hits a ball deep. Too deep and straight out for a goal kick. I don't get why City walk corners. I don't get it. They pass really slowly around the penalty area before they play a ball in. That ball in's never good. So I don't get why they do it. I don't get why they don't just put a ball into the box. Put a ball into the box. See what happens. You got a corner, you've sent your men forward, just put the ball into the box, put a good quality cross into the box from the corner, and yeah, that's, I tell you, that's what you'd be looking for. Stop Vic abuse. Thank you very much, Commentator of the Year. Much appreciated. Sane scored for Bayern Munich. That's good to see, as Kevin De Bruyne goes off and Felix Nemicha comes on for Manchester City, protecting Kevin De Bruyne. So that I thought it was City had already made all their subs. There you go, we've got another sub. So Felix Nemicha coming on. So nice to see Felix Nemicha coming on for Manchester City. See what he can do for the final 5 minutes or so of the game. So all changed for Manchester City here from our starting 11. Jesus now dropping deeper. Look very reassured and calming since coming on there, Jesus. Been a very good impact sub for City. Seems to have really settled the team down. It's on to 157 likes now, which is fantastic. So thank you, everyone. Leave a thumbs up if you are enjoying the live stream. That would be much appreciated. And subscribe if you are new around here. Silky Ilkay brings the ball forward now for Manchester City. Cancelo occupying as like an attacking midfielder. Goes for a goal. And just over the bar there from Joao Cancelo. Like I said, he's had a good campaign for Manchester City so far. Thought he'd try his effort on his stronger right foot. Gap opening up there. Goes for goal. Just gets too much on it and goes high over the bar. I can see what he had in mind. Felix Nemici now. Zinchenko. Ilkay Gundogan. Joao Cancelo on the right hand side. Bernardo Silva now. Ilkay Gundogan. Gundogan's had a fantastic game dropping deeper for Manchester City. Had a really good game. As the ball comes through and intercepted well by Semedo once more and goes out for a corner to Manchester City. I'm wondering now who's going to be my man of the match. I'm probably going to have to give it to Kevin De Bruyne for getting 2 assists for Manchester City, really. I think Ilkay Gundogan's had a fantastic game as well and certainly deserves a shout-out for how well he has performed and dictated well for Manchester City in this game. I would say them two are the 2 standout players for me. As a good ball in from Zinchenko is cleared eventually by by Olympiacos. City once again walking them corners. They love walking them corners, don't they? 2.5 minutes remaining here for Manchester City in normal time now. Two minutes remaining or so of this game. Not that we're counting down or anything, but nice to be bob on with my prediction. I went for 2-0 to Manchester City. A good solid performance, a good confident performance for City to take into the game against Liverpool at the weekend. Obviously Liverpool are going to be full of beans, full of confidence with their battering of Atalanta away. Attacking team Atalanta, so I presume Liverpool have just been picking them off in that game. I've not watched the game to be able to comment further on it, but there we go. As Olympiacos now have a throw-in just inside their own half. If they wanted to get back in this game, you would think that they're probably going to need a goal before injury time, Olympiacos, to try and get back into this game. There's a match live on BT Sport here in England, in the UK. Currently advertising some Europa League games. Arsenal versus Mole. Just what everyone looks forward to on a Thursday evening. What a game that will be. Live long in the memory of everybody, I am sure. As I think Tottenham's got a game against Ludogorets, which I'm sure everyone cannot wait. The City's got a free kick here with a minute or so remaining of normal time. It's Manchester City 2, Olympiacos 0 here. City look like they're going to be moving on to 9 points from an available 9 points. So 100% record, just what we've been looking for Manchester City. Yeah, if we can get a good result in Greece and win, that will take us on to 12 points, which I've not done the maths, so I'm not sure if it is, but that will definitely be enough for Man City to qualify. 12 points will always see you qualify. Yeah, City making good strides here. As Joao Cancelo. Oh, what a finish by Joao Cancelo. 3-0 to Manchester City. Joao Cancelo just takes my score prediction from the start of this live stream, rips it, puts it into tatters, and puts Manchester City 3-0 up here against Olympiacos. What a finish by Joao Cancelo. Outside of the area too. Brilliant 1-2 there with Felix Nemici. Takes one touch, left foot. Keeper's probably going to be disappointed with that. Joao Cancelo, though, I said he's been excellent for Manchester City this season. He's been excellent since the Premier League restarted back in June. He looks rejuvenated and he looks such a confident, solid player for Manchester City, and it's heartwarming. It is really good to see. But there we go. It is Manchester City 3, Olympiacos 0, as we do head into added on time here in Manchester at the Etihad Stadium. 3 minutes have been added on. We are currently working our way through the first of them 3 minutes. This has been a good performance from Manchester City. You can't ask for any more. Scoring 3 goals. Bringing back Jesus, he's back in amongst the goals. Everyone at this moment in time, touch wood, my desk is made of wood, that everyone remains injury free, ready for that huge game against Liverpool. One final push before the international break. But yeah, it's been a good performance from Manchester City. We had a couple of scares in this second half, but once we got the players on from the bench, we looked fresher. And we got that killer second goal. We just look more comfortable and confident. So, yeah. As I said, now it's we can all move our minds onto Liverpool and arguably the biggest game of the season so far. As Olympiacos give away a late free kick there to Manchester City. As I've touched wood there as Cancelo's gone down, holding the back of his leg. Just wraps himself around there with one of the Olympiacos players. Looks like his hip or something like that's been stepped on by Holbass. I think Cancelo's probably going to be okay, if I'm honest. As we've got 50 seconds left or so. I mean, arguably the referee could add on an additional 40 seconds or so from the restart of this game, but considering it's 3-0 to Manchester City, there's just no need. I mean, if I was the referee and I was feeling a bit tired and I wanted an early finish, 30 seconds early, I'd probably get that whistle blown, because it's not going to impact on anything, as Olympiacos have got a throw in just outside of their own penalty area here. I'm amazed that Rafinha looks full of energy and still running and stuff. Where's the motivation at 3-0 down? I think I'd probably be walking if that was me, but there's the difference. That's why Rafinha's a professional football player and I'm not. There we go, as Olympiacos bring the ball forward. Referee has a look at his watch. Is he going to blow the final whistle here? I think a free kick might be given, but the referee chooses instead, like I said, he's not going to add on the additional 40 seconds or so like he could have. Instead, he does blow the final whistle. It does finish here. Manchester City 3, Olympiacos 0 in the Champions League. Great first 15 minutes from City. Great in the first half. I thought a good confident performance. All we lacked was that killer second goal. Warning signs were there for City in that second half. Olympiacos weren't at their clinical best. City did require the freshness of the substitutes to come on, including bringing on an out-and-out striker in Jesus. We get that goal. Killer second goal goes in, and bam, there's the 3 points. And then Joao Cancelo coming on late, getting a great finish to ensure that Manchester City get the 3 points. That's definitely what we're looking for. Yeah, I do agree as well there, Ruth. I think 5 subs in the Premier League because of the schedule should have been done, but yeah, there we go. Team voted that down because they were scared, I think, of City's strength in depth, not seeing the bigger picture and how injuries are going to become a big issue for teams. But there we go. I know, Laporte and Dias we've got to look forward to. Them two I would have thought would be starting against Liverpool. Right, let's have a look at the stats for this game for Manchester City. Let's draw up some conclusions and do a short analysis at the end of this live stream before we'll do some interactions, go through the full-time scores from around the ground. Do a little bit more interaction, then we'll probably end it there. So, in terms of possession, Olympiacos a lot better in that second half. 42% possession for them in the whole game, 58 for Manchester City. 6 shots for Olympiacos in the whole game, 6 in that second half then. Just 1 on target. They'll be disappointed not to have tested Ederson. They'll be most disappointed not to have scored that giveaway from Phil Foden, where the player had to take it on first time and sliced it wide after a poor bit of distribution from City. That certainly was, in my opinion, the best chance of the game for Olympiacos. That goes in the back of the net. It's 1-1. It's a different story then. 20 shots for City, 7 on target, 8 shots blocked for City, 3 shots blocked for Olympiacos. Pass completion rate at 86% for Olympiacos, which is a decent effort away from home against Man City. So kudos to Olympiacos for that. And 89% possession there for Manchester City. I don't think Olympiacos played particularly bad. There was obviously a couple of errors that they could cut out of their game and be a little bit more clinical and be a bit more adventurous in attack, and they're probably talking a decent quality side there. Maybe looking for more quality in their players. I do not know. 7 corners for Manchester City, 2 there for Olympiacos. Tackle completion rate dropped even lower than 40% for Manchester City. It dropped down to 33.3%, which isn't very good at all. And that's something that City, in my opinion, will need to be a lot stronger with against Liverpool. 45.5% tackle completion rate from Olympiacos. Aerial duels won for Man City was 93% compared with the 7% at Olympiacos. So maybe that stat of 100% in the first half was right. I do not know. 1 save for Ederson to make, 4 for Sarr to make in goal for Olympiacos. 1 yellow card for Olympiacos, and City committed more fouls and no red cards. So there we go. Another win for Manchester City. We move on to 9 points. So I'm just going to have a look at the table and what that means for this group. So Manchester City have moved on to 9 points. Olympiacos are on 3 points, sitting in third with 6 points clear. We know that with a win over Olympiacos, that no matter what happens in that Porto game, means that if we win in Olympiacos, we do qualify for the next round. I think that with a draw in the next game against Olympiacos should be enough with the head-to-head with Olympiacos to also seal our qualification. So it seems like just avoid defeat against Olympiacos, we seal qualification to the next round, the last 16 of the Champions League. I'm just keeping a close eye with FC Porto beating Marseille, on Man City finishing in first, with City with 3 points clear of FC Porto. So I would imagine that City will be looking to try and beat Olympiacos, and if we can do that and then avoid defeat in Portugal against FC Porto, would be enough for Manchester City to be secure in first place. So I'm not too sure that City will be able to secure first place for the next game, so that will more than likely come from match day 5 in that match against FC Porto, looking further ahead, but that will come after the international break. Jesus Prosper, he did look sharp for Manchester City, which is really good thing to see. Cancelo will start. I think Cancelo will be at left back against Liverpool, Walker right back, Laporte on the left side and Diaz on the right side for centre backs is our defence, is what I think. I reckon Thomas will see Cancelo on the left versus Liverpool. John Stones, in my opinion, should be having games more than Eric Garcia. Eric Garcia will not be a Man City player come next summer. John Stones I don't know so much about. As to whether he'll leave, obviously, but he said he wants to stay at City and he sounds more committed than Garcia. So if it comes to a choice between starting Garcia or Stones, and both are fully fit, I would like to see Stones starting, but that is my opinion. Another clean sheet for City, always another positive, which is really good to see there. So everyone seems relatively happy there, apart from Privy, who wants City having a new manager, even though we just won 3-0. Kip Yatch, thank you for tuning in. Hello, thank you, welcome there. I think Jesus, it was playing on Sunday Orthodox Ulster, but I do think Jesus should start in that game as well. That is my opinion too. So we're at 165 likes. I didn't think we'd get to 200 likes. I said it was a bit ambitious. Wanted a stride towards that. So let's see if we can get to 170 by the time we end the live stream. That'd be a good number, 170. Right, so we do have some full-time scores. This is from around Europe first. So it's Lokomotiv Moscow 1, Atletico Madrid 1, Shakhtar Donetsk 0, Borussia Mönchengladbach 6, Atalanta 0, Liverpool 5, Midtjylland 1, Ajax 2, FC Porto 3, Marseille 0, Manchester City 3, Olympiacos 0, Real Madrid 3, Inter Milan 2, so they did secure that victory in the end, and Red Bull Salzburg 2, Bayern Munich 6. So managed to get a few late goals there, Bayern Munich, to flatter them. so to speak, as Leroy Sané did get a goal. So I'm just going to have a look at the league tables, actually. And what that means for the Champions League. So, let's see if we can find an up-to-date one. BBC Champions League group. Yeah, that is up to date. Good. Right, so it's Bayern Munich with 3 wins out of 3 in Group A. They're leading from the off there. Atletico Madrid sitting in second place on 4 points. Lokomotiv Moscow sitting on 2 and Salzburg on 1. So Atletico Madrid will feel good about that result in Russia now, knowing that if they can get a good home result against Lokomotiv Moscow and Bayern Munich beat Salzburg, then that's near enough that, and it will be Bayern Munich and Atletico Madrid doing a 1-2, not necessarily in that order. Mönchengladbach leading Group B. They're sitting in first place. Shakhtar Donetsk being hammered, sitting in second place. We're in good form up until that game. Real Madrid in third place and Inter Milan in fourth place. Only 3 points separating first from fourth. So that group could literally go any way. Literally. Interesting. Real Madrid and Inter Milan, though, both have a lot of work to do. Inter Milan haven't won a game in 3 games, so they've got a little bit of work to do there. Inter. Real Madrid, they'll feel better with picking up that win over Inter Milan. We've covered Man City's group, who are leading in first place with 9 points from 9. Marseille sitting in fourth place, not picking up any points. Porto second, Olympiacos third. And Liverpool's group, they're also leading. They'll be happy on 9 points too. Ajax and Atalanta sharing the points on 4 points, both Ajax sitting in second and Atalanta in third, and Midtjylland haven't won a game. So I would say it's a race between Ajax and Atalanta for that second place, and Liverpool, I would imagine, would probably run away and finish first. That's where we're at with the groups so far. We've got games coming up tomorrow as well. Let's have a look, actually. What's the schedule for tomorrow? So tomorrow you got Chelsea against Rennes, Sevilla against Krasnodar, early kickoff Zenit St. Petersburg against Lazio. The other early kickoff is Istanbul Basaksehir against Manchester United, Club Brugge against Dortmund, Barcelona against Dynamo Kiev, Ferencvárosi against Juventus, and Leipzig against PSG. Nothing too stand out there, if I'm honest. That's that's my opinion anyway. Right, let's have a look at the scores from around England. For what's finished, if you are interested, I'll just rack through these quickly. So Brentford 1, Swansea City 1, Huddersfield 1, Bristol City 2, Norwich City 0, Millwall 0, Sheffield Wednesday 1, Bournemouth 0, Blackburn Rovers 0, Middlesbrough 0, and Cardiff City 3, Barnsley 0 for the Championship. Shrewsbury, this is League 1 now, Shrewsbury 1, Burton Albion 1, Blackpool 1, Wigan 0, Bristol Rovers 0, Peterborough 2, Charlton Athletic 3, Fleetwood Town 2, Crewe Alexandra 0, Gillingham 1, Lincoln City 1, Portsmouth 3, Oxford 3, Rochdale 1, Plymouth 4, Swindon 2, Sunderland 2, Ipswich 1, AFC Wimbledon 2, Doncaster Rovers 2, and Northampton Town 0, MK Dons 0. Hull City Accrington Stanley was postponed due to the pandemic. In League 2, Oldham 2, Cheltenham 1, Morecambe 2, Exeter 2, Bolton 1, Mansfield 1, Bradford 3, Southend 0, Cambridge 2, Salford 1, Carlisle 3, Newport 2, Colchester 3, Stevenage 1, Forest Green 2, Leyton Orient 1, Grimsby Town 1, Barrow 0, Harrogate 0, Tranmere 1, and Walsall 1. I'm not too sure why. There we go. But yeah, that's all the results in England for today. So there we go. So up to 168 likes. I'm aiming for 170 before we end. So I'm just going to do a couple of bits of interaction. So if we can get them a couple of likes, that would be absolutely brilliant. JSGC giving us all the scores, keeping you up to date with everything that is happening there. Scores for the Premier League. There's been no Premier League games for today. 2 assists for Kevin De Bruyne, who's been fantastic. My JSGC man of the match is going to Kevin De Bruyne, getting them couple of assists for Manchester City. I thought Gundogan had a very good game. I thought Cancelo did really well when coming off. So yeah, a couple of decent performances there for Manchester City. In terms of some improvements, I thought Foden and Mahrez probably could do with upping their game a little bit. Will they start for the game against Liverpool? That remains to be seen. Like I said, if I was going for my attacking three, I'd be tempted to go with Ferran Torres on the right wing, Raheem Sterling on the left wing, and then Jesus up top would probably be my attack. And if I was going for midfield, I'd like to see Bernardo starting in the centre alongside Kevin De Bruyne. And you'd think extra protection that City maybe go with Rodri rather than Gundogan, but Gundogan had a good game, so couldn't rule out him starting. My defence would be Kyle Walker on the right hand side, Cancelo on the left hand side, Ruben Dias and Aymeric Laporte occupying the centre back partnership, and Ederson in goal. That to me sounds like a very strong team. Premier League table, we can have a look at the Premier League table if you want. We can do that. Final request. Still early days, only 7 games. I find it crazy. We're into November international break, and City will have played 7 times, and the rest of the Premier League 8. So it's Liverpool sitting on top, 5 wins, 1 draw, 1 loss with 16 points. Played 7 games. Leicester a point behind on 15 points in second place. Tottenham in third on 14 points, and Everton in fourth, occupying the final Champions League spot on 13 points. Southampton having a decent start to the season in 5th on 13 points. Wolves also having a decent start to the season after their opening day loss against Manchester City at home in 6th place on 13 points. Chelsea on 12 points in 7th. Villa having a decent start to the season on 12 points from 6 games in 8th place. Arsenal then 9th with 12 points from 7 games. City in 10th, 11 points from 6 games. We know that if we can beat Liverpool, then we're going to go only 2 points behind them with a game in hand, which is exactly, in my opinion, where we want to be. I'd say that's a good situation to be in. If we don't beat Liverpool, then yeah, I think we've got a bit of work to do after the international break. If we lose that game, then there's a little bit of bother there in terms of trying to win the Premier League. Newcastle there in 11th place on 11 points. Leeds in 12th on 10 points. Crystal Palace in 13th on 10 points. West Ham in 14th on 8 points. Man United, lol, they're in 15th on 7 points. Things you love to see. Brighton there in 16th place on 5 points. Man United, Fulham in 17th place on 4 points after beating West Brom yesterday. West Brom in 18th place on 3 points from just 7 games, and the bottom 2 is Sheffield United on 1 point and Burnley at the bottom on 1 point as well. They're on goal difference. So yeah, there is the latest Premier League table for everyone to talk about. There we go. Right, how many likes are we on? How many likes are we up to? 171. Fantastic. Right, thank you everyone so much. That is much appreciated by me. We've absolutely smashed the like goals today. You're all absolute legends, so thank you so much for that. Your support has been much appreciated. So firstly, just wanted to say a big thank you to everyone for tuning in. I think you've all been absolutely brilliant, so thank you everyone for the interaction and staying tuned and listening to me waffle on and give you my best efforts at an attempt to give you a good live commentary and watch along with me. I hope everyone has enjoyed it. If you did enjoy the live stream, like I said, do leave a thumbs up. That is much appreciated by me. Leave your thoughts as it is. It will be in the comments below, so let me know your thoughts of this victory for Manchester City 3-0 against Olympiacos. Who do you think was your man of the match? Let me know in the comments below. Areas of strengths, areas of weaknesses, do let me know. Subscribe if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell and put your push notifications on. We're on that big push towards 14,000 subscribers. We're less than 200 away, so any help towards that will be much appreciated if you haven't subscribed already. It is free, and don't forget also social media links. You can find them in the description below if you want to go and click on my social media links to follow me on my Twitter and Instagram, or you can go and search for me and follow me on there. That's just on screen here. So where is it? Just down there. You can go and search for me and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram, and on there as well you can also find my email if you want to hit me up for any sponsorship for any videos or any general business inquiries. And we'll be back again tomorrow for the 5 things that we have learnt for this game with Manchester City and Olympiacos. As we go later in the week, we've got a transfer update to come. We've got a preview for that Liverpool game. And, of course, we will be back for another live watch-along for that huge Premier League game on Sunday. I think it's a 4:30 PM GMT kickoff time. Manchester City at the Etihad Stadium against Liverpool. Huge clash. Not saying the title's on it or anything, but I am saying it is a huge clash, and I'm looking forward to seeing everybody once more over there for that live stream. So, thank you everyone for watching. I hope everyone is safe and well. I hope you'll have a wonderful rest of your evening, and I'll see you all again for that live watch along again on Sunday. And if you want to go and watch some of my videos, then I'll see you all again very soon, including, like I said, tomorrow for that 5 things that we have learned from this game against Olympiacos. So, I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope you'll have a wonderful rest of your evening. Tense. Peace. Ciao for now.